talked about what research is, and you guys have heard from some college graduate students who are doing research and what research is, let's get into our very first research lesson. Now, Neil Armstrong said that research is creating new knowledge. And so that is kind of what we're doing with this. Not even kind of, that is what we're doing with this. We're going to, not only are you creating new knowledge for a new topic, you're creating new knowledge about research. Now, I always think it's funny when and we're going to talk more about Wikipedia at a later time. So if you, but you know, Willy Wonka. So if you found it on Wikipedia, that's some solid research you've done there. We're going to talk about why Wikipedia is not good later in the video. But for now, just understand that Wikipedia is not actual research, or it's not formal research. Now, I showed you this in the last video, and I told you that I'm not expecting you guys to have it memorized, but I did want to bring it back to your attention, because at the start of every video, we are going to start with where we were last time we were together, where we are today, and where we're going next. And so that's what we're going to do right now. So where were we? We were actually choosing. You guys were learning your topics. You were learning, you were generating possibilities. You kind of got to know the task that's going to be at hand. And so we were in that choose gear. Next, or today, we're going to be in the choose category again, because we're kind of done generating possibilities, but not only are we going to get to know the task even better, we are also going to completely narrow our topic and narrow our possibilities to do a final choose of our topic. Now, where are we going to go next? The next time I meet with you guys, we're going to be in the plan gear. This is where we list what we know. We decide on what questions will guide our learning. We plan our process, and we choose our search terms. Now, I will talk more about that at another time, but now you kind of understand where we're headed next. Now let's talk about what is research. Now, there is an actual definition for what is research, and I like this one. An unusually stubborn and persisting effort to think straight, which involves the gathering and intelligent use of data. Now, what's funny is one of my favorite words on here is stubborn. Research is hard. It is not easy. It's not a straight line. It's not a step-by-step process. It is something that each person has to go about in a different way. If I gave you a map for what research is, everybody's map would look different. But the idea is that you keep pushing yourself, and you keep pushing to find the answer to the questions you are asking. And so that's what this is you pushing past the hard, and you actually making it where you find the answer to your question, and you gather it, and you use the information you find. And so that's what I believe the definition of research is. Now, you're going to hear a lot about these two forms of research. I talk about formal research and informal research a lot. And I've kind of got some pictures here, but I'm going to talk about them also. Formal research is usually a school-related project or a job-related research used to support an idea or a project. You can cite the information you find, and it comes from a specific source, a reliable source. Informal research, on the other hand, is something that you would just use for you, or just use for a small thing. Can be for anything. It could be you finding out the movie time, finding out how to get somewhere, or like for me, I used to teach ILA, and one of the things that it was a story we read, and it had a wombat in it. Now, I'm a type of person who really likes to visualize what I read. And so I couldn't picture a wombat. So I did a really quick search on wombats on Google, got an idea of what it looked like, and I moved on. It wasn't for a project. It was just for my brain, just to see what I was reading about and to visualize something. So it really can be for anything. It's not connected to an assignment. It's not something that I'm going to cite, and it does not require you to check your sources. It just goes straight forward. Okay. Now, this is part one. I need you to go back, and I want you to open your virtual database walk, your virtual library walk. I'll give you a minute to get that. Now, once you have that, I want you to take a look at it and kind of open it side by side with this video, and then you're going to pause in just a second. You are only going to be allowed to keep one topic per database. Make sure you keep the one that you really want to keep. It's the one that you're like, you know what, I can see that being my topic. If there are two in one database that you really want to keep, that's okay. But that means you have to get rid of all the topics in another database because we want a very specific amount of databases on this, okay? I'm going to move this so you guys can see the bottom. This includes the optional side. I want you to go ahead and do that optional side also. I want you guys to use the strike through feature to get rid of the ones you don't want anymore. Do not erase them. Do not erase. I'll say that again. In order to strike through, which just puts a line through the word, it's still legible, but it's something you can still see. You highlight it and then push Alt Shift the number 5, and it will do a strike through. So anything, all the topics that you are no longer using or don't want anymore, you're striking through, not erasing. Pause the video here and take care of cleaning out round 1. Okay, now that you have done cleaning out round 1, here's another little funny for you. Not sure if too many ideas or too lazy to pick one. Okay, cleaning out round 2. Now, out of the topics you have left, some of you are going to have 6 left. You might have 7, 8 left, but you will not have any more than 10 left. You are only allowed to keep 3 total topics for right now. 3. So I want you to make your final cuts to your list. This is required. I do not want you going from 10 or sorry, 6, 7, 8 to 10 or to 1 at once. I want you to highlight and yellow the ones you want to keep. So the 3 topics that are in your final running, these are the top 3 topics that you would like to do. I would like you to highlight them yellow. Pause the video here, take a second to look over and highlight in yellow the ones you want to keep. Okay, so another little funny for you before we move on. I was just rubbing sticks together for fun. I didn't realize I was doing basic research. Just a little funny. Okay, so we're going to talk about Wikipedia for a second because I'm about to allow informal research. But I want to talk to you guys about why Wikipedia is not something you use.
Wikipedia is the best thing ever. Anyone in the world can write anything they want about any subject. So you know you are getting the best possible information.
So Michael Scott, although very funny, but he's very right about this, but in the wrong way. Wikipedia is not good topic because anyone can write anything they want about any topic. I want to go to Michael, if I want to look up Wikipedia, Michael Jackson, I can go in there and say that Michael Jackson is still alive. And for a little bit, because Wikipedia people aren't watching it yet, it will say that for a small period of time and before they are able to change it back. So there might be a group of people who actually believe that. So that's what Wikipedia is. It's anybody can put anything they want. Now, I like to use it for informal research. Every now and then I'll go on there just to get some basic information real quick. Again, informal research. It is not used for an actual project. It's right now for your knowledge only. So that's what we're going to allow for right now. You are doing no actual research. You're not doing any writing of anything. You are just looking at the 3 final topics that you have written down. You're going to get a chance to know more about the 3 topics you have narrowed it down to. This is the only time you will be allowed to use Wikipedia because this is informal research. So understand that right now. That's what you're going to be doing. Now it is your assignment time. It's time to make a choice to-do list. This is kind of like your to-do list. By the time you are done today, I want you to have 1 topic. I want you to be down to 1 topic for your project, and that is going to be your final topic. You are only allowed to keep 1 topic. This is your official research topic. So here's your to-do list. First off, informally research your final 3 topics. That's, again, I allow Wikipedia. This is where Google can come in. You can type in the last 3 topics, kind of get an idea of what they are, because the idea is that you don't know a lot about them. That's why I'm giving you a little bit of time to just kind of do a little basic. Do not write anything down. You're not filling anything out. You're just doing a little bit of reading, a little bit of looking to see which one you think is most interesting for this topic or this project for you. I want you to do part 2 in your Canvas assignment. Okay, that is adding a page to your Google site. There is a video in there that you do step by step to do what you need to do. Then underneath that video is a form for you to fill out, and this is the final topic form. This officially lets your teacher know what you are doing, and it also lets them know you're done, but it tells them your final topic and it puts it in one place for them, because your teacher and I will be looking through these topics and seeing if anyone needs to do a little bit of fine tuning. We'll talk about why there would be fine tuning in the next time, but that's kind of what we're going to be doing. So right now, if you want to pause this video now so you have this list up on the screen, that's a great thing to do. But I just want to make sure and say it again. Informally research your final 3 topics. Do part 2 of the assignment, which is adding a page to your Google site, and then you fill out the form that's on the bottom of part 2 that tells them what assignment, what final topic you are doing for this project. Have fun, and we'll see you soon.